Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel, Accounts Guru Cool. Learn accounting online. So today we are here to discuss about, is it possible to switch my career to R2R domain if I have experience in the other field? Most of the times I used to get such kind of questions from a few of the viewers stating that we are into the different field. We have been experienced, we have been working into the O2C, P2P, or any other domain, and we want to switch towards the R2R. Is that going to be the feasible? Either that's going to be the workable, and if it's yes, then how we have to do that. So considering that, we are here to discuss about the key factors that will influence your ability to make a successful career switch that includes. So we are going to discuss on this, either that's going to be the feasible or not. And if it's not, then why? And if it's yes, then how that's going to be and what efforts you have to put to do switch your career from other domain to R2R. And the first thing is going to be towards assess your skills and interest. So before going to switch towards the any domain, you earlier work in different domain and now you're thinking to switch yourself into the another domain. So you have to do the assessment, and that's on you, on yourself, and what you have to do in that, how you're going to do the assess your skills and interest about that. So you have to think, or you have to note it down, what skills is going to be required into that domain related to R2R if you are looking, or if you're thinking to do the career change towards that, or you want to switch towards the R2R. What sort of skills is going to require for that? And either you have that skills at your end or not. What sort of work is going to be into that domain? And related to that, either you have the skills, interest to enhance that skills and to work on that. That self-assessment is going to be too much important towards the any career switch. Whenever we are going to thinking about any new career and we want to choose, we want to switch over there, we want to choose that career, then we have to do the further analysis about that. Either that's going to be the workable or not, because the transition of career is something which is the more uh, valid or important or essential things on which you have to spend the time and think for that. Second, bridge the skill gap. When you are doing the analysis at your end, what sort of skill gap is there to do the switch? Then you have to work on that and you have to bridge the skill gap. Then only you are able to do the career switch. And that's all we are going to discuss in depth. So request viewers to be with us. This is going to be the very helpful for the uh, viewers who are looking to do the career switch towards the R2R domain from different domain. So that's all we are going to discuss here in detail. Request viewers to like, share, and subscribe our channel to get more insight related to accounting and finance. And towards this, once you've done your assessment and the bridge the skill gap, and when you identify it, and if you're looking to enhance your skill, then you can connect with us on our email id. This account stocksgurupool@yahoo.com. So the question is going to be uh, to switch my career to R2R domain if I have experience in the other field. That's going to be, is it possible to switch your career? Then the answer is going to be yes, it is possible to switch your career to R2R domain if you have experience in the other field. Changing career is quite common and many people do it successfully, even with limited experience in the new field. So you have the option to change that. That's going to be the feasible, and you can do the change. And most of the people used to do that, having the limited experience in the new field. But The key factors that will influence your ability to make a successful career switch with 1 year of experience include, or few years of experience include, then transferable skills. So the first is going to be what sort of skills you have as of now with your in from your previous experience or current experience. That's going to be uh, the transferable towards the new domain as well. Identify the skills you have developed in your current role that are relevant and valuable in the new field. So you have to identify the skills, what you have developed in your current role, and how that's going to be relevant, valuable in the new field. Things like problem solving, communications, project management, etc., can often translate across domains. So if you're working in any domain related to accounting and finance, and you want to do the switch towards the another domain, then you have to do the you have to work on your aim to identify which skills you have developed in your current role and how that's going to be workable to the new profiles or new domain where you want to do the transitions. And yes, most of the things is going to be the problem solving in any domain you are working. Such kind of issues is going to be, and how you resolve that. Communications is going to be important in any domain. Project management, that's also is going to be, whenever some work is allocated to you, how you're going to manage that, that's also is going to be the important. In addition to this, presentations, either you work in any domain, such kind of presentations or some sort of presentation is going to be there, and the same is going to be work into the R2R as well. So you have to first work on your skills, what you have, which you develop at your end, and how that's going to be work into the another domain. Second, networking and informational interviews. This is also is going to be the most of the important one. Reach out to professional working in the new field you're interested in. So when you're looking yourself to do the change into the any domain, either it's R2R or any domain, then you have to reach out to the professionals who has already been working into that field, and you have to discuss on that. Conduct informational interviews to learn more about the required skills, educational training paths, and typical career progression. So you have to interact with the known peoples from your network who have been working into that field. You have to ask to take the informational interviews, which going to give the more clarity to you on which skills you have to work, what sort of skills is going to be required for that, if it's going to be required to think something related to the training paths, educationals, and typical career progressions. Then you have to discuss all these things with your known network, and then you have to make a plan for that. And if it's going to require to enhance any skills, you have to do that. If you want to go for any training, you have to do for that. And how that career path is there, how your career growing going to be into that domain, that's also you have to do the analysis. Next is targeted upskilling. Supplement your direct experience with self-directed learning, online courses, certifications, or even a short-term training program to gain additional knowledge and skills specific to the new domain. This is where we have to put the more focus towards that. When you are looking towards to do the change into any domain, if you want to go for R2R from any other domain, you have to first identify the skill gap. What skills is going to be required to perform into that domain is going to be your month-end activities, your journal entries, intercompany reconciliations, intercompany transactions, consolidations, MIS presentations, analysis, accrual concept. This all skill is going to be required into R2R. And when you are looking towards do the transitions towards that domain from any other domains, you have to do the you have to put the main focus towards that. and targeted upskilling. So you have to upskill yourself when you identify the skill gap, when you decided to change your domain and what sort of skills is going to require for that, then you have to put the focus towards to enhance your skills related to that domain in which you are thinking to do the switch. So it's going to be how the n number of online courses is available, self-directed learning process is there, certifications if you want to go for any certifications you can, or any short-term training program to gain additional knowledge and the skills specific to the new domain. So that's all options is there. When you are deciding to do the switch your career, you have to put the focus to upskill yourself and related to whatever the skills you identified that's going to be required for that field, you have to do the focus towards that. Either it's going to be theoretical, practicals, or any software training, anything which is going to be required for that, you have to upskill yourself. And then you are going to do the switch towards that domain. Emphasize transferable experience. When applying an interviewing, be sure to clearly articulate how your existing experience provides a strong foundation for success in the new role, even if the day to day tasks differ. So when you are looking towards to do the switch of your career or your domain, you have to put the more emphasize your transferable experience. That's the first what we have discussed here, the transferable experience in your existing domain. What sort of experience you earn, what sort of experience you gain, how that's going to be to the more benefit in the new domain, even though the day-to-day task is differ, but still how that's going to give the benefit towards that. You have to do the focus more on that. Giving as a team management, even though it's a R2R or O2C, P2P, or any accounting and finance domain, the people management is going to be the same skill is required anywhere. Work allocations, getting the work done from the team, communications, presentations, that's all is going to be the transferable experience in any domain is going to be required. So you have to put the more focus on that, which you already have that skill set at your end, and how you demonstrate that, how it's going to give the benefit into the new role as well. So you have to put the more focus on that. Next is willingness to start at a junior level. So when you are looking to do the transitions of your role into one domain to another, you have to be ready to start at the junior level if it's required. So recognize that you may need to take a step back in terms of title or seniority compared to your current role. The key is demonstrating long-term potential and commitment to growing within the new field. That's the important. When you are earlier might be in your current role, you are working as a senior, might be if you are thinking to go on a same positions over there, but if you are going any lower positions as compared to the previous ones, still you have to accept and do the transition towards that role, because that's going to be give the long-term potentials. When you decided and when you want to go for that, then you have to think and you have to take the decisions for that, because that's going to be give the long-term potentials and commitment to growing within the new field. When you done the analysis of the new field, when you decided to go for there, when you upgraded yourself, when you upskill yourself for that particular new domain, and if you are thinking and if you realize that's going to be the long term domain for you in which you are going to put the more focus, your areas of interest is there, and if you are looking the uh, commitment to growing within that new field, then you have to think for that and you have to compromise on your current positions, seniority, and accept the junior role as well. So once you do all these things with the right strategy and preparations, it's absolutely feasible to make a career switch to R2R with experience in another domain. If you follow these steps, if you plotted the right strategy, and done the right preparations, then it's 100% going to be the feasible to make a career switch to R2R with experience in another domain. The key is effectively highlighting your transferable skills and potentials for a growth. So these skills, if you work on that, if you follow this, then definitely that's going to be give the more potential growth in your new domain. So that's going to be related to, is it possible to switch my career to R2R domain if I have experience in the other field? Then the answer is yes, and you can. Considering you have to do assess your skills and interest and bridge the skill gap, get the knowledge, and then you can jump towards the your dream domain. So thanks guys for being with us. And related to that, if you are looking to switch and if you need any guidance, when you identify the skill gap, or if you need the help from our end to identify the skill gap and do the skill and your interest assessment, then we are here to do that. Or if you want to go for any sort of training related to accounting and finance, you can connect with us on our email ID, that accounts.gurukul@yahoo.com. Request viewers to like, share, and subscribe our channel to get a more insight related to accounting and finance. Thank you.